Hey guys, what is up? It's Sam, and it also is Tuesday, which means I am back with another book for you guys. So this week, I'm not only doing one book, but I'm doing four, because I am going to do an entire series. So if you didn't look at the description before you click the video, today's book is Divergent, and we're going to do the entire Divergent series. So Divergent is written by Veronica Roth. Veronica Roth is an amazing novelist. She also wrote another book that recently came out called Carve the Mark. I haven't personally read it. I just got it from my grandparents because they read all these books too. So they said it was really good. I've heard really good things about it, so it's gonna be my next book I read. So that's gonna be really awesome. But today we're talking about her first series, Divergent. Divergent. Insert, which has the Tree of Amity on it. Allegiant, which has this like water kind of thing on it. And 4, which has the Ferris wheel on it. Before Divergent takes place, and then if you were after, they're a bunch of short stories. And they tell all of like, it's pretty much before the first book and the first book in 4's point of view. Hence the name 4. So that's really cool. But yeah. So Divergent takes place in a future society. Can I help you? My dog. Hi, can I help you with something? Did you want to come talk about Divergent? You want to come talk? We can talk, come on. Come on, you can come talk. Yeah, that's what I thought. He doesn't want to talk about books. I'm filming. Anyways, Divergent takes place in a utopian society where society has split itself into factions, and each faction believes in a different thing, believes something is above all else. So the 5 factions are abnegation. Those are going to be your selfless people. They are going to be your government, they're going to be your volunteer workers, and they're going to feed the factionless, which are people who either didn't choose a faction or ran away from their faction or got kicked out of their faction. Number 2, you're going to have amity. Amity are the kind of people. They're very down to earth, very kind. They think that you must be nice above all else. So they do a lot of your outside work. They do a lot of farming, planting flowers, that kind of thing. Number 3, you have candor. Now your candor is going to be your judicial system. So they're going to be your judge, your jury, your lawyers. They believe honesty is above all else. First honest, then everything else. Number 4, you're going to have dauntless. These people believe that courage and bravery are above all else, and they're going to be your police force. And number 5 is going to be erudite. They believe intelligence above all else is important. So they're going to be your engineers, your doctors, your scientists, and your teachers too. Yeah, you're back. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Come here. Come say hi. I'll go away. This story follows Tris, and she is born into abnegation. Her parents are both abnegation, and her brother also seems very abnegation. And so when the time comes for taking her test, she takes it. But she ends up with the result of Divergent, which means she belongs into multiple factions. And it seems a bit confusing because how can you belong in multiple factions? Your test is supposed to tell you which one to pick. So she ends up being good for abnegation. She can be dauntless, or she could be erudite. And so when the day of the choosing comes, she chooses to be in dauntless, but her brother, who seemed abnegation, he chooses erudite. So they go through it, and Tris goes to dauntless and meets 4. And later you'll find out 4's real name is Tobias. But 4 gets his name because there's a fear simulator in dauntless. That's part of initiation, is you go through this fear simulation, and you know, you get more points based off how fast you can handle all your fears. But 4 only has 4 fears. Graduated top of his class. So 4 is the instructor for the initiates coming in to Dauntless that are not Dauntless born. They're transfers. So Tobias was also a transfer. He, coming from abnegation himself, was the only other abnegation transfer Dauntless has ever seen. So they go through it, and Tobias and Tris become close. But, you know, Tris makes some other friends too. She makes 3 friends, Christina, Will, and Al. And then she also makes an enemy, Peter. Peter's a lot of words that I'm choosing not to say right now. But they go through there. Al ends up working with Peter to try to scare Tris, which leads to Al killing himself, which is very unfortunate. But yeah, so then at the end of the book, things go down. A lot of things. I don't want to spoil the whole book for you guys because I really do want you to read it, so I'm kind of just trying to spoil like the first half of the first book, but it's a really good book. So yeah, it goes into the overthrow of the government, and it actually turns out that all of the people in here is actually an experimental city where they all have genetic issues, which is why the test shows some people what faction to be in, because genetically that's what they're built for. But when you get Divergent, you're actually just a normal person. So it's really interesting. It goes into really good details and specifics of that. The book is well written. The characters are my favorite. I mean, I love these characters. They are my favorite characters, some of them. So, like I was saying, some of my favorite characters, and like I do with most books, I'm going to share some quotes with you from the Divergent series, and so I'm very prepared. I have them on my laptop today. By that I mean I Google imaged search Divergent quotes, but we'll pretend like I'm prepared. So yeah, let's do it.
Alright, so my camera stopped filming like halfway through me filming that, so I apologize. The rest I'm actually filming on my laptop, and then I've got this ugly headset, so you can hear me. But yeah, I'm just gonna share the quotes with you, then I have a video from past me. So yeah, everything's gonna be fun. Let's, so I'm just doing them off my phone now. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like a basic Google image. Okay, I'm gonna cut that out. So yeah, I'm just reading them on my phone now instead of my computer. Whew. So the first quote I'm gonna share with you guys is actually one from Tobias. And it's one of my favorite quotes of the entire series. And it's one of my favorite quotes from him, above all else. And so the quote goes, "You think my first instinct is to protect you because you are small, or a girl, or a stiff. But you are wrong. My first instinct is to push you until you break, just to see how hard I have to press. But I resist it, because fear doesn't shut you down, it wakes you up. I've seen it. It's fascinating." Tobias is one of my favorite fictional boys ever. And he blows some of them just right out of the water, because he is amazing. And so one of my other favorite quotes is one of Triss's narrative pieces, and so it goes, "Sometimes crying and laughing are the only options left, and laughing feels better right now." So now we're going to switch to Insurgent, and so the first quote I'm going to share from Insurgent is going to be a conversation between Triss and Four, and so it goes, "Sleep," he says. "I'll fight off the Badgers if they come to get you." "With what?" "My bare hands, obviously." Because Tobias is literally just a cute like that. He's I want a Tobias. I want one. Oh, here's the alright. So the second one I'm going to share from Insurgent is one of Triss's narrative ones again, and it goes, "Cruelty does not make a person dishonest, the same way bravery does not make a person kind." So one of the quotes, I'm going to share two, of course, again. So the first one is one of Tobias's lines, and it goes, "Life damages us, everyone. We can't escape that damage, but now I am learning this. We can be mended. We mend each other." Like I said, Tobias is just, oh, he's everything you could ever want in a person. And so the second quote is actually another Tobias quote, because I really love them. And so it's not often you encounter the real person behind a good-natured mask, the darkest parts of someone. It's not comfortable when you do. Alright, so now I'm going to share two quotes from Four, and then, yeah. "She's not pretty. That word is too small. She's not like all the girls I used to stare at, all bend and curved and softness. She's small, but strong, and her bright eyes demand attention. Looking at her is like waking up." I want one. I want one. "She doesn't try to look comfortable with the blades balancing on her palms. And that is what I like about her, that she knows that these weapons are unnatural, yet she finds a way to wield them. He's a beautiful human. So yeah. Now I'm going to give you a quick message from me that I filmed before. So yeah.
Thanks, me from the future, for the intro. So, I'm in my car. Well, I'm in my mom's car. And I'm waiting for my brother, who's at STEM camp, and his friends. But I'm half an hour early because my mom gave me the wrong time. So, I'm going to give that piece of information now. So, next week, I will still be uploading on Tuesday, but I will be at Girl Scout camp. Yes, I am a Girl Scout. I've actually been against Girl Scout. I've actually been a Girl Scout since I was in kindergarten, so still am. Quite proud to be one. But I will be at summer camp as a counselor in training, so next week I get to be Katniss. That's my camp name. So I will be there for a week, and I am doing a journey for the girls. And so those of you who aren't familiar with Girl Scouts, the journey is just like a project where you learn something and then you do a service project. So I'm doing my service project at camp to earn a gold award, which is the highest award any Girl Scout can earn, which is really awesome. But yeah, so I'm going to be earning that. I'm going to be doing some True Colors with the girls, which is a program created by Don Lowry. And that's a really cool program, so if you guys have never heard of it, look it up. I actually probably do a video on it because I really love True Colors. But yeah. So yeah, I will still be uploading on Tuesday for you guys, but I will not be posting or uploading for the rest of the week because I will be at camp. And yeah, I'll be at camp 2 more times in July, but pretty much, I mean, for the rest of June, it's just next week. So, yeah, me from the future, you can do the outro now.
So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up. If you want more videos from me, you can check out my channel. Please push subscribe if you feel kind enough to. And yeah, my social media is in the description. I've actually changed my Instagram handle, and I have added Facebook. So yeah, I can interact with you guys more. So yeah. Remember to always keep fighting, and that you guys are beautiful, and I will see you later this week. I actually have another video to post later this week. So yeah.